Okay, so let me give you a little update here right now. I just finished priming all the other dark gray parts for the new Gundam. Now that I finished painting all the regular gray parts using gunmetal. This is all complete. Right now, just cleaning up the airbrush that I was using to prime the kit, these parts, and now I'm gonna prepare to go using the other airbrush so I can paint it the other color, which I'm trying to decide whether I should use the metal black or the graphite black, which I'm gonna actually take the spoons and do a test. Not now, because I wanted to talk first. So I'm like almost done with this, and I now have to order not only gray primer but black primer, because black primer will help me out with a lot of things. And even though I just ordered gray primer, I just found a bottle of gray primer, which I don't know if it has any. I'm about to open it right now. Very, very little of it. This Mr. Surface here 1000, 1200, and 1500 primers are like, you can't find it anywhere. Gundam Planet doesn't have it. Hell, it doesn't even have the black primers as well. So I'm hoping that when I get the new bottle of primer, it will help me extend my, me painting. But I may have to end up buy another bottle and order it online. So, the one thing that I'm going to redo a new paint job is this one. This one, which these parts, which was the sorry, scratching my leg. So I used the burnt iron on this, which, quite frankly, I'm not digging. It actually feels like another gunmetal, even though the other gunmetal looks a lot better. But this did not turn out the way I wanted. Now, I actually went to Gundam Planet because I remembered getting like a metallic brown type color tone when I painted the Sinanju Stein a while back, and I thought I had it. I really did. I think that I had that color. Looking around, I said, no, I don't have it. I must have used it up on the Sinanju Stein. The only thing that I purchased that I thought maybe this will work is clear brown. And I'm going to use that on these parts in a minute to see how it comes out. The clear brown on top of metallic may give it that shine that I'm hoping for. Because otherwise I'm going to have to revisit this thing again and redo the whole thing all over again once I get the actual color. I'm actually thinking maybe I should use copper. I believe I have alloy-clad copper here. I have my alloy-clad paints here. Let me see if it's here. But then again, I remember that the copper was very, very bad. I got hot metal. I got candy ruby red, but this thing is all caked in the bottom. I'm going to shake it up. I have a lot of lacquer paint. Matted aluminum jet exhaust, which is basically burnt. I got gunmetal, but this thing turns the thing purple. Ooh, I didn't realize I had this. Mr. Crystal Color. This one is Diamond Silver. Good to know that I still have this. No. I gotta really do an audit on all my paints. It's not, this is not gonna work very well. Anyway, so I will revisit this later on when the time comes, and I'll retouch it up with the new paint that I just purchased. In the meantime, now that I finished painting all the black, all the other dark color, I'm going to do a test on this. So give me a moment while I prepare the workstation, the paint station that is, and we'll test out on 2 spoons and see which one will work. Alright, test 1 will be the metal black, which I've already poured a little bit in the airbrush right now. I'm going to spray this one first, see how it looks. Alright, I'll let that dry a bit. Let me clean this airbrush, put the remaining into the other in the jar, and let me prepare the other bottle. Alright, next up is going to be the graphite black. So I'll put these 2 here together so you guys can see. And let's put this to the side because I don't want to actually get it painted. Let's try this. You know what? I think my compressor is already out of air. Yep, give me that. Okay. So until this thing shuts down, and then we'll discuss. I'm gonna need something here. Okay. Now, as you can see, one is metallic, looking for black, while this one has a nice little sheener color. And if I'm not mistaken, I feel like maybe this is almost similar to Titan's Blue 1, the graphite black. Maybe I didn't mix this up right, or whatever. But you would think there would be more in favor of this than of this. Here's the gunmetal from Gaia, which I just used right now, and this one has a very nicer, like, bluish sheen. Now, I don't know if it's probably because, I mean, I did clean, actually, no, you do see it right there. It has a nice little sheen to it right there. And then this one is more darker tone. And so you guys can see some examples here. So here's a close-up look of the shield in the light. This is from the gunmetal, which overall looks nice. Here as well, now that it's dry. So I think that I may end up using that, the metal black, for the darker tones. Plus it gives that different tone look to this, you know, another separation of the color. Yeah, I think I'm going to be using that. So let me prepare the table, get the airbrush cleaned up a bit, put this paint back into this bottle, and get this one ready to paint all these others. Give me a minute. Before I begin painting this, I want to show something to you guys. Here are the metallics that, actually, you know what, let me remove this first. It's a bit a lot easier for you guys to see. So here are the metallics, the silver. They're all the same as I'm reviewing them. And somebody gave me a nice little comment, or not a comment, more of a suggestion. Put that there. See how beautiful it looks, you know? Things don't fall off all the time. I just wanted to show you all this. They're all the same tone. They're nothing different. It's all the same plate. Now, I was told, and that maybe I should have done was, I primed the parts from the actual clip itself on the sprue, because they're pretty much all undergated. And then once you finish priming them and painting them, just snip them off. I'm going to say that's a good idea, but not 100% good. And the reasons why is in the parts that I'm about to start painting right now, these little parts right here, these are the thumb things. I guess they open and close to fire the little things here. I had to separate them because the actual gates and connecting in the nubs were right at the tip and the side. So even if I would have done that, there's not a guarantee that it's going to be a completely covered kit. You would have to inspect each and every part to figure out which one is which. So, good idea on the person, or good suggestion on the person who just sent me that message, but it's not going to be, you're still doing work. You still got to take it off, put them on clips, and I mean, yeah, maybe a majority will be great, but not the way that I think would work in that workflow, in that process. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to share. This filter is already dirty again, and I forgot to put 2 filters on this, so let me clean this up. I'll be right back. Alright, let us spray and pray. dig in what I'm saying here. There's a lot of small parts to this, like the other color, like the other parts that I painted before. And I should have enough paint for everything. Well, for this type of color, or this type of part. I also came on to the realization that I am out of primer, or I will be out soon. I now need to look into the possibility of getting more primer. Even though this kit's probably going to take massive majority of my time painting this, I know that eventually when I'm done, I will definitely want to do something else. And there is another big, large kit that I've been secretly desiring to build and paint, sorry. And if I can make it, I could bring it to MosquitoCon. But I don't know. I haven't. All right. Two things are gonna. I may do something this week. This end of the week. I don't know if anybody's aware that there's a hobby store in New Jersey called AAA Hobbies. It's gonna go out of business soon. I may be shooting myself in the foot right now saying this, but they're going to be closing out this year. I don't know when. I know they're having a big sale coming this Saturday, and I may end up going, not to pick up kits, more like to pick up tools and paints and things like that. And I got to do another inventory of what I got. But the most important I need is primer. Hopefully, they have enough for me to get a couple of bottles. I have the acrylics primer, but even for the project that I'm going to do right now, it's probably going to use up all as well. So I definitely need, either the lacquer-based primer, Mr. Hobby, the Surfacer primer. I am getting a primer in the mail soon, so that will help me out with this kit. But that is the one thing that we all go through, as when we want to paint a kit, want to build it. We want to make sure we have enough tools for everything, enough materials, and enough, sorry to say, primer. Yep, and this is done. Let me just pour a little more. I need at least 3 bottles of gray and another 3 bottles of black. And maybe 1 of one. That should be good for the entire year. Ish. Imagine the amount of primer you would need if you want to build the Neo Zeon Gundam. Everybody, that would be ridiculous. I give props to the people who build the Neo Zeon, because I can imagine they go to a car dealership and have the guy, pull out the massive airbrush that they use to paint cars, just to paint the Neo Zeon. That is my mentality and thought process. So, this is one part here. I got another plate over there, another stack of parts there that I'm going to finish up. So let me complete this, and then we'll move on to the next part, which will be the silver. So give me some time for that.